Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. Town Meeting Day 2019. Today in New Hampshire is Town Meeting Day across many towns in New Hampshire. Dozens of towns are holding town meetings in New Hampshire, with the majority of meetings on Tuesday, March 12th, 2019. We attempted to reach out officials in all the towns holding ballot voting or traditional town meetings. The towns listed are towns that responded to our inquire for results. For more local results, check with your town hall. And results will be posted tonight once all town meetings and votes are closed at your polling locations. And if you haven't voted yet, go out and vote before your polling location closes. I went and I voted, and it is good to vote. It makes you feel good. So go out and vote if you have not done so yet. Sirens to sound Wednesday at Seabrook Nuclear Power Plant. Alarm will sound as part of training exercise. The public may hear a siren coming from the Seabrook Station Nuclear Power Plant Wednesday morning, but there's no cause to be alarmed, officials said. The sirens will sound just once between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. The sirens is part of a scheduled on-site training activity, officials said. Officials said that no action is needed from the public. New Hampshire State Police Captain taking part in Special Olympics torch run in UAE. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
Burst out the door when it matters most. For more than a decade, he's been right there, everywhere. And when American jobs are on the line, he leads the charge. ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast, and we thank you.
A New Hampshire State Police captain is representing the Granite State during this year's law enforcement torch run for the Special Olympics. Captain Greg Ferry, who you see on the right, will take part in the run in the United Arab Emirates. He will team up with more than 100 police officers from across the globe running that torch through the region. Ferry is a regular volunteer and a proud parent of an athlete in the Special Olympics. That torch run begins on June 27th, so that is a great opportunity for him and such a great cause.
Yeah, what an honor, and he gets to go somewhere pretty warm.
Right.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Very cool indeed. AG investigation into Salem Police Department now includes ex-chief. Donna Van announced resignation at the end of last year. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
The the Attorney General's criminal investigation into the Salem Police Department now includes the former police chief Paul Donovan. Donovan announced his resignation at the end of last year after an independent audit alleged mishandling of internal investigations, ignoring citizen complaints and violating department policies. The Attorney General's investigation was launched shortly after the release of the report, but the exact nature of the investigation has not been released. The deputy chief, a captain, and a sergeant are also under criminal investigation.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Police investigate missing property tax revenue from town of Westmoreland. New Hampshire State Police are investigating missing property tax revenue and other money from a town. Police say town officials in Westmoreland contacted them in November regarding suspicious irregularities that were found during a financial audit. Detectives believe revenue was being diverted by a former town worker, that the activity may have been going on for some time. They are asking current and former Westmoreland residents to report any unusual or suspicious activity partnering to their tax bills or past financial transactions with the town, such as vehicle registration. Residents who own or have owned property in the town are also encouraged to check the records of their respective deeds for the presence of any suspicious license placed on their properties. Defense argues man accused of leading police on chase wasn't driving vehicle. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Ray Brewer.
This is your invitation to exhilaration. This is the invitation to Lexus sales event.
Lease the 2019 IS 300 for $329 a month for 36 months. Now through March 31st.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
That's right, Aaron. That issue was Michael Martell, the person driving that stolen pickup when the officer gave chase back in February. Now, Michael Martell is charged with 2 felonies and 2 misdemeanors for the events of February 24th. Barnstead officer Derek Betancourt testifying that the case began when he got a tip from a confidential informant that Martell was planning a home invasion on Depot Street and driving a dark-colored truck. The officer says he spotted the truck and tried to pull it over when the pickup took off, turned onto 28 southbound, and sped off.
As we were approaching the town line, I looked at my speedometer, and I was going 103, and I was still having a hard time closing the distance between me and the truck.
The pickup eventually crashed in Chichester, the driver running into the woods. Eventually, Martell came out of the woods and was taken into custody. Now, Barnstead Police say they found burglary tools inside the pickup and a Halloween mask of the president. The pickup was later determined to be stolen out of Concord. Now, the judge has taken the matter under advisement, although a ruling is expected shortly. Reporting live in Laconia, Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Record 740 aircraft landed at Alton Bay Ice Runway this year. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
This is your invitation to a higher standard of luxury. This is the invitation to Lexus sales event.
Lease the 2019 ES350 for $379 a month for 36 months. Now through March 31st.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Another sign of the changing seasons, the ice runway on Alton Bay is officially closed until next winter. The runway set a record this season with 740 aircraft landing on Lake Winnipesaukee over the 45-day season. It was open for 20 of those days. The runway is operated by volunteers, and in the summer it will open for seaplanes to take off and land from the water.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Very cool indeed. A record number this year. And now let's take a look at your U.S. stock market and see how your U.S. stock market closed for this Tuesday evening. And here's a look at your U.S. stock market for this Tuesday evening. Your Dow Jones Industrial Average closed in the red and went down. Your Nasdaq closed in the green and went up. S&P 500 closed in the green and went up. Gold closed in the green and went up. Oil closed in the green and went up. US 10-year closed in the red and went down. Euro/USD closed flat. And VIX closed in the red and went down. Dow falls as Boeing shares take another hit. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell on Tuesday as shares of Boeing posted another sharp decline amid worries over the safety of one of its most popular airplanes. Facility Huffman, Lori Longlin, among those charged in college admission scandal. Hollywood actresses Facility Huffman and Lori Loughlin and a slew of chief executives are among 50 wealthy people charged in the largest college cheating scam ever prosecuted by the U.S. Department of Justice, federal officials said today. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Tuesday night, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Good night, everyone. Bye.